just gonna name this guys under high school prom. I'm not gonna go reach it. Someone got 3 years ago?
Where do you want it?
You pick a spot. Eddy, this is good. You sit up. Tell me about your high school.
I didn't tell you.
You just got
Yeah, right.
pocket. Oh!
And now for a dramatic reading from The Breakfast Club. Allison, I'd do that. Allison, I'll do anything sexual. I don't need $1 million either. Claire, you're lying. Allison, I already have. I've done just about everything there is except a few things that are illegal. I'm a nymphomaniac. Claire rolls her eyes. Lie.
Brian, are your parents aware of this?
Allison, the only person I told was my shrink.
Andrew, and what did he do when he told her?
Allison, he nailed me. Claire, very nice. Allison, I don't think that from a legal standpoint, what he did can be construed as rape since I paid him. Claire, he's an adult. Allison is relishing this attention. Yeah, he's married too. Claire notes her disgust. Do you have any idea how completely gross that is? Allison, well, the first few times. Claire, first few times? You mean he did it more than once? Claire, are you crazy?
Brian, obviously she's crazy. She's screwing her shrink.
Allison, have you ever done it? Claire, I don't even have a psychiatrist. Allison, have you ever done it with a normal person? Claire, now didn't we already cover this?
Bender, you never answered the question.
Claire, look, I'm not going to discuss my private life with total strangers. Allison, it's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Claire, a what? Allison, well, if you say you haven't, you're a prude. If you say you have, you're a slut. It's a trap. You want to, but you can't, but when you do, you wish you didn't, right? Claire, wrong. Allison, or are you a tease?
She's a tease.
She's only a tease if what she does gets you hot. Claire, I don't do anything. Allison, That's why you're a tease. Claire, okay, let me ask you a few questions. Allison is suddenly defensive. I've already told you everything. Claire, no, doesn't it bother you to sleep around without being in love? I mean, don't you want any respect? Allison, I don't screw to get respect. That's the difference between you and me. Claire, not the only difference, I hope.
Bender, face it, you're a tease.
Claire, I'm not a tease.
Bender, oh then what do you use it for? Oh sure you are, you said yourself, sex is a weapon. You use it to get respect.
Claire, no, I never said that. She twisted my words around.
Bender, what do you use it for?
Claire, I don't use it, period. Claire is on the verge of tears.
Bender, oh, are you medically frigid or is it psychological?
Claire, I didn't mean it that way. You guys are putting words into my mouth.
Bender, well if you just answer the question.
Why don't you just answer the question?
Andrew, be honest.
No big deal.
Yeah, answer it. Talk to us. Answer the question, Claire.
It's easy. It's only one question.
Come on, answer the question.
Claire silences them all by screaming,
It's easy.
"No! I never did it!" Silence for 2 beats. Allison, I never did it either. I'm not an nymphomaniac. I'm a compulsive liar.
So I'm sitting in the locker room and I'm taking up my knee and Larry's undressing a couple hours down from me and he's kind of skinny, weak, and I started thinking about my father and his attitude about weakness. And the next thing I knew, I jumped on top of him and started wailing on him. And my friend, they just laughed and cheered me on. And afterwards, when I was sitting in Vern's office, all I could think about was Larry's father. And Larry had to go home and explain what happened. And humiliation. Fucking humiliation must have come. That must have been unreal. I apologize for just like that. There's no way. It's only because I'm my own man. It's like this mindless machine that I can't even relate to anymore. Andrew, you've got to be number one. I won't tolerate any losers in this family. You're intended for shit. Win! 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 You son of a bitch. You know, sometimes I wish my knee would give. And I would kneel the rest of the world. I think you'd forget all about me.
The queer art of failure is about finding alternatives to conventional understandings of success in a heteronormative capitalist society, to academic disciplines that confirm what is already known according to approved methods of knowing, and to cultural criticism that claims to break new ground but cleaves to conventional archives. Low theory is a mode of thinking and writing that operates at many different levels at once. Low theory is derived from eccentric archives. It runs the risk of not being taken seriously. The queer art of failure, it entails a willingness to fail and to lose conventional understanding to pursue successful questions about complicity, capitalism, to find counterintuitive academic disciplines that confirm what is already known. Queer theory's relation towards cultural phenomena that can easily be cultural criticism that claims to break childish, insignificant, lead to conventional art homophobic. Low theory is the mode in the neoliberal system like rests operates in many different individuals as an architect. Low theories provided for the queer every winner that was the risk of not being the desired visual seriously that makes detailed and well-drawn paths, capitalist organized form unknown territories, and questions about purpose, deeper strategy to find counterintuitive process of knowing something that intercultural queer theories relations to a cultural phenomenon. Can someone excel at eventual art unactually then treated as a childish system writing that operates at many different levels in the neoliberal theory that divides from the eccentric every individual as an architect runs the risk of not being unfortunately. Behind every entails and willingness to fail and to desire to be taken seriously that pursue difficult questions about prestige instead of fighting for unknown territories of alternative knowledges and queer strategies theories relation towards cultural phenomenon, something that queers do and unacademics done exceptionally well. Childish, insignificant, is racist and homophobic, be then treated as a form of success. In a neoliberal system that rests upon the idea that every individual is an architect of his or her own fortune, behind every winner there is a crowd of losers. The desire to be taken seriously that makes people stay on well-trodden paths instead of exploring unknown territories of alternative knowledges and queer strategies of unknowing. Failing is something that queers do and have always done exceptionally well. Can someone excel at failing, and should we then treat it as a form of success?
I was totally going to read to you from this. It's The Queer Art of Failure by Judith Halberstam. It's an awesome book. It kind of gives the ideological underpinnings of this piece, but damn, it's just so dense, it's so academic, but I love it. Anyway, I wrote this stuff, just sort of stuff to talk about. This is improvised, so God only knows where this is going to go. One of my favorite lines from The Breakfast Club is, they're in detention and he pulls a screw out of something so that it falls apart, bringing the principal into the office. And the principal comes in the office, he's like, who made that road? Who made that ruckus? Who made that ruckus? And Bender says, and I just think this is so poignant, screws fall out, the world's in a perfect place. So what is this piece about? Is it about the Breakfast Club? It is about appropriation. One of my favorite quotes is, immature artists copy, great artists steal. I want that on a t-shirt. And I tried to look, who actually said this? And I was like, I found a link. I was like, oh, Steve Jobs said it. No, he was quoting Picasso, who was quoting Tchaikovsky. It's like, it's a long, long list. It actually goes way back to Aristotle. But I think it's so profound in this culture that where nothing is original and we have no ownership. Is it about getting you to look at the familiar in a new and different way? So the inception of this piece came from a long time ago when I was in high school, and my sister and I had watched The Breakfast Club, and we loved the movie so much. We would take our little tape recorder and put it up against the speaker on the TV, and we'd record the dialogue, and we would just do the dialogue back and forth. We'd reenact scenes, and that stuck with me. It was like, this is so, this speaks to that staying power of the movie. It's like it sticks in your head. There's something about it, what it says to us. In my piece, there's always an element of being present, kind of in a Buddhist sense, which is, what is going on right now? What is going on right now? Well, this morning I woke up, and one of my old dancers lives in the same house that I do. Passing by his door, I say, hi. He's like, come on, I'll make you a cup of coffee. I'm like, great. He actually volunteered at the show last night. So we sit down, it's like, oh girl, let me tell you everything that was wrong with your piece. I'm like, oh my God, before coffee? I was like, you got some nerve, bitch. So, but there was some goodness, and it was a very interesting sort of, to listen to his critique, especially since we danced together. We know each other for 10 years. Like, this is the only reason you can get away with this pre-coffee. And then he proceeded to lay into his list of his litany of woes. I'm like, girl, I have to go. It's a show day. And let's see. Something else that's present is I'm 49 now. Damn. And no one, my family didn't even call me and wish me a happy birthday, which is unusual, but wow. None of my friends who live here, none of my old dancers even bothered to, even though Facebook tells you, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday, you could just easily type something and be done with it, but no, did they? No one wished me a fucking happy birthday. I'm so glad to see you. Okay. All right, so, I'm sorry, my old dancers. I don't think any of them are here tonight because I checked. I'm so glad this is going on video. I'm working again. I'm subsidizing this project mostly out of my own pocket. Thank you a lot, cash grant, which I did not get. I mean, I'm going to read you the proposal that I wrote. Loserville puts a queer spin on the work of John Hughes. Scenes from his iconic film, The Breakfast Club, are embodied by the performers, who play with gender roles, timing, and comedic physicality to challenge the heteronormative influence of media on the reality of marginalized communities, parens, LGBTQ, people of color. Come on. What do I have to do? Beg? Which is what grant writing is to me. It's like institutionalized begging. Fuck you. Is this piece about race or gender? Yeah, a little bit. Is it about being queer? Hell yes. It is about getting older. I re-performed this like, God, was it 3-4 weeks ago now? In December. There's a huge presenters conference in town, in San Francisco, and they asked us, oh, there's a late night cabaret, can you guys do something for us? Like, yeah, sure, no problem. We killed it. Like, we did like excerpts from this. They were dying because they got all the references. But afterwards, I ran to someone I knew, and he was like, Jesse, oh man, that was so good. Like, something about, like, oh man, this is like, speaks to us. And later on, Alberto also talked to me and said, oh yeah, he said this piece was about getting older. And this piece is so much about getting older, because look what it's like, The Breakfast Club celebrated their 30th anniversary a few years ago. Man, that movie is old, like time is moving on. It stands still, but Jesus. And I remember, I've been researching a lot. I found this clip of, they were interviewing Molly Ringwald and Ali Sheedy. And they were talking about, oh, would you want to do a sequel or a reboot? And Molly Ringwald said, yeah, but it would have to be very different because the movie was so white. I just love that she said that. And I love that it was Molly Ringwald in her 50s. Like, still radiant, but oh my God. I'm just like, yeah, but you're the ingenue. It's about my body, the 49-year-old body, which is breaking down. Like, because I don't take care of it, I smoke like a chimney, I eat whatever I want, I drink like a fish. I'm gonna drink after this at Piano Fight, so you can join me. You know, my joints hurt, my back hurts, especially after this next thing, my back is gonna hurt. So yeah, it's about my whole body. Another favorite line from the movie is Allison, they're in a circle talking, and it's sort of after the climax, after they've revealed everything, they've spilled their guts, and she says, when you grow, your heart dies. Tear.
Dear Mr. Burger, we accept the fact that we had sacrificed the whole Saturday to protect you for whatever it was we did wrong. But we did wasn't wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us recognize it to be who we think we are. What do you care? You see it such as one sees. In the simplest terms, the most immediate definitions. She's like a brain, an athlete, a basket case, princess, and criminal. Correct? That's what we saw each other at 7 o'clock this morning. We were brainwashed. About your family. Mine? Yeah, it's really easy.
Stupid, worthless, no good, goddamn, freeloading son of a bitch, retarded, big mouth, know-it-all, asshole, jerk. I got ugly, lazy, and disrespectful. Shut up, bitch! Who puts me turkey pot pie? What about you? Fuck you. No, Dad, what about you? Fuck you! No, Dad, what about you? Fuck you! Is that for real? You want to smoke sometime?
sacrifice the whole society if they were going to work Eddy RAW. But we think you're great and we think it's you see us as you don't see us. In simplest terms, we won't see any definitions. But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain and an athlete
and a basket case, a princess,
and a criminal. Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, Rex.
very much for coming out and supporting my art. If you want to learn more about our organization, please check out our website, safehousearts.org, and please consider signing a petition, which Guillermo has. Have a great night. Thank you.
I can take his phone.